to the ISTEP and a new problem from the company grading the exams. Rafael, you want to help me out on this one?
Well, I could, but you're the only one in the shot. So, but I can squeeze in here and tell you that today thousands of children are getting questions they answered correctly, marked wrong. But to spell out what this means for your child and his or her school, we go now to the nows and Kelly. Ann?
A meeting here on IU's campus where the president of McGraw-Hill stood before the board and was asked directly, how could this happen? How could a correct answer be marked wrong? We've learned it gets down to technology and the new types of questions students were being asked during the computer portion of the ISTEP. This year, there were a lot of drag and drop. Kids were asked to use their keypads to answer equations. And bottom line, what happened, CTB says, students solved problems differently than they expected. So CTB President Ellen Haley explained they got to the correct answer, but through a different process, one the computer didn't have as an acceptable option.
I don't think it's a failing on our part. I think it's just the reality of students now on computer for the first time doing things in different ways. And it's a study of students online. And I think it's the right thing. Obviously, I think we don't disagree there. The right thing to stop and make sure that all their patterns of responses are included.
So problems with scoring. What's next? Well, new solutions have been entered into the system. Part 2, the technology portion of your child's ISTEP is now going to be rescored, which means ISTEP scores, they won't be out until October or November. And we may not have school A through F grades until early next year. Many members of the board, including State Superintendent Glenda Ritz, really not happy with that detail.
It's extremely frustrating that we are actually going to be delayed a month in actually getting the cut scores actually set. But having said that, I'm also want to make sure that kids are getting credit for everything on their test. And since it is the first time for technology enhanced items, we just have to make sure we have it absolutely right.
And Ritz added earlier, we need to make sure this doesn't happen again with, she suggested, pilot tests to catch this problem earlier. Reporting for the Now, Indy in Bloomington, Ann Kelly, RTV 6.
And thank you. And another big issue at the state board meeting today, the test teachers have to take to leave your child's classroom. Very few people are passing them, and we'll have more on that on the news at 5 o'clock.